You've probably heard this before, maybe from a parent, a preacher, or just a well meaning friend. They tell you, givers don't lack. No, they put it this way actually. Givers never lack. It sounds noble, right? It sounds encouraging and even like a spiritual badge of honor you get. But then, have you ever paused to ask yourself, is that always true? Do givers never lack? Or have we, some of us, given and still found ourselves empty, drained, or even overlooked? Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, giving without wisdom is not generosity, it's just self neglect dressed up as what? As a virtue. Hi, men and babes, boys and girls, adult children. Hello, everyone. You're welcome or welcome back to A Walk with A.F.I. This episode is for you, it's for every one of us, and I'm so glad and excited that you are joining me today for this wonderful episode. How have you been? How is the month of June treating you? So, for a while, I thought about that phrase, givers never lack, and I got curious, so I decided to practice what I studied in school. So as a student of history, I decided to look for its origin and why do some people feel burdened and not blessed by their giving. And trust me, I know that giving is one of the purest forms of love and service. Is one of the most interesting ways to show that you care, to show that you are kind, to show that you love people. And so I totally understand it, and I love giving. Who doesn't love to receive? And yes, maybe not everybody loves to give, but who doesn't love to receive? So giving really, it's a great thing. It's a great idea. Giving has changed a lot of people's situations, circumstances, people's life, and honestly, we can't overemphasize the importance of giving, right? But then I couldn't find a definite origin. So I found out that the word is just from, it has been coined from this spiritual perspective of, give and it shall be given unto you. You understand? And the fact that it has also originated from, morals, the act of giving, you giving, how wonderful it is. So according to my research, there's no definite origin to this. And truth is, in many spiritual traditions, we've come to realize that giving is seen as planting. You planting seeds, and in due time you harvest, right? And it's so important that when it comes to giving, you don't always harvest where you planted. And sometimes the harvest does not even come the way we want it. And do I believe that? Of course I do. Growing up, my dad used to say a lot of things. It would be like, you see, at some point I've enjoyed some privileges in this life that I know that they are as a result of what my parents have done. And I used to think, what are you saying? Your parents, they died how many years ago? And you're telling me you're enjoying some certain privileges because of what they've done. And I used to be very skeptical about that before, but honestly, I've witnessed some things, and that's the only explanation to that guy. Okay, this is not you. You are just enjoying this privilege because of probably what your parents have done, or they are doing, or you have done, and you do not even remember. Because that's the thing, you can show kindness to somebody in Kaduna, and when you get back to Lagos, that's where you will reap what you sow. So it's actually very amazing and funny at the same time. But this phrase of givers do not lack, or givers never lack, hey, it's causing a lot of harm, because some people now, they've misunderstood that particular phrase. The phrase is just to encourage people to give. And honestly, if you ask me, I believe that with giving, the society can get better. I know that a lot of things have happened, and a lot of things are happening that will make you to say, you know what, I'm never giving anything out again. And I know personally, I think I've experienced three mindsets concerning this giving. So first, I used to be like, okay, what is the whole essence of giving? Is it not just to give? Do you understand? I will give anything. I would not even think about the effects or whatsoever, and I will just give because they say givers never lack. So why not give? I do not want to lack. But then I had the realization that even without giving, I still will not lack because I have God now. Why would I lack anything when I have my Father? Like, God is my provider. So it's not because I'm giving that He will give me back. And honestly, I don't know. Let me just chip this in. When it comes to the issue of tithes, most people believe that if you don't pay your tithes, God will not bless you. I strongly disbelieve. I strongly go against that. Do I pay my tithes? Of course, yes. But do I believe that that is tied to my blessing as a child of God? No. And let's leave it that way. At least for now. Okay, so at some point I was there. I believe that what's the whole essence of giving? Let's just give and just get done with it because givers never lack. When we give, we do not lack. So later I realized that wait, that mindset was wrong. So I graduated. Yes, I did graduation. It was so plumb. Okay, so I graduated to this mindset that okay, we give, right? And you don't have to think about the fact that you will get it back in return because it might not even come to you, and it might come to you, but it might not come to you in the way that you expect. And obviously, most times it will not even come to you in the same way that you planned. So I said no, Allah, I will just give. But then I was giving without wisdom. Honestly, I could give 75% of what I have in my account. I could give my time. I could sacrifice everything. I would have stuff to do, important stuff. But then I'm like, no, this person needs me. This person wants us to talk. This person wants to have a conversation. This person wants to do this. This person wants to do that. And I'm never going to say no. So of course, why not? I would go all out, do all of that. And then I realized I would most times come back and resent. I'll be like, why do all of these things? Nobody sees me. This person does not even appreciate the fact that I did this. And times when I would give money and I will not get my money back, I would be so angry, and I would not be able to confront them and say, why did you do that? You promised me this. You're not even giving me any explanation why you're not giving me back my money, all of that. And as of I was like, okay, you know what? This is a bad idea and I'm done with this mindset. And so I graduated again. And now I've graduated to this mindset that one, giving doesn't mean that you will never lack. Two, when you are giving, you have to give it to wisdom in order to avoid resentment. And yes, when you give, there's a huge possibility of it coming back to you, but don't put your mind to it. Don't be so interested in the fact that it's going to come back to you. Give from a place of joy, from a place of happiness, from a place of peace. Give because you just want to give. You want to see a smile on somebody's face. You are led to do it because sometimes you are just led to do it. And when it even comes to being led, most times those ones don't even come from you want to do it. It's like, God, I don't want to do this, but because it's you, yes, I'm going to do it. So where this phrase givers never lack gets very dangerous is when you overgive. Like me at the initial stage, I was always giving. I did not care about whatever. I just had the mindset givers never lack. So I was going to give every single thing. And then I graduated to giving and with resentment because I was like, why would you do that? I gave you my time, I gave you this, and you do not reciprocate. And it's so sad because I've seen good people get drained emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. And it's very funny because you'll be thinking, how can you get drained spiritually? So let me just cite this example. Okay, imagine you are in the midst of 6 friends and you are the only one that shares the word of God. You are the only one that prays. You are the only one that receives word of wisdom. You are the only one that sees trouble coming. You are the only one that receives word for them. Nobody sees it when your trouble is coming. Nobody sees that your faith is down. You need some words of encouragement and all of that. They do not see it. All they see is they're having issue, they are feeling sick, they call you to pray for them. They have an interview, they call you to pray for them. This and that, they call you to read the Bible, they call you to do this. But nobody does that for you. And if you are doing it from the place of flesh, just because I want to do this for these people, just because I want to feel some certain ways about my spiritual, so I'm going to do all of that, honestly, you will get drained. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you are going to get drained. But if it's your calling, there are people that have been called into this office of intercessory, so it's different. And it gets dangerous, like I said, when you are giving even when you are tired, when you are giving just for you to perform, when you are giving when you have nothing left to pour from, when you are giving because you feel guilty for saying no, when you are giving just for somebody to see your worth, just for somebody to say you are good, you are kind, just for no, that is not healthy giving. It is not healthy at all. Truth is, givers do lack. They lack when they don't receive. Let's be factual. Who wants to give all the time and never receive? Even the most wealthy people, when you give them gifts, they love it, they appreciate it. So who doesn't want to receive? But then I know there are some people that all they want to do is just to receive, they never want to give. So if givers are surrounded by takers, my dear, they are going to lack. And when a giver does not feel safe enough to say no, you keep saying yes to every single thing. You don't even know how to say no because you feel like saying no means selfishness. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You are going to lack. And the truth is, many givers struggle. They struggle with the guilt of not doing enough. But the real question isn't how much you gave. It's why and how. What is your intention behind this giving? Are you giving because you believe that givers do not lack? Are you giving just for people to applaud you? Are you giving to be seen? Are you giving to feel some certain ways? That is not healthy. Giving should come from a healthy place. It should come from a place of joy. It should not come from pressure. It should not come from fear. It should not come from the need for validation, not because you want people to validate you. Giving should not come from that place. And I'm just going to share a few points that mirror healthy giving. One is giving without expecting praise. See, when you are giving, don't expect accolades, don't expect applause, don't expect people to clap for you, do not expect a shout out because you are giving. Give without any expectation of you getting it back. Give without any expectation of people applauding you for giving. Don't do it. When you do that, someone said something. I think I was just going through social media and I saw that the person said her father gives, right? So somebody now said, but like we don't see those stuffs on social media. And she said something. She said her father believes that once you give and you call cameras, you call all of the gbogbo and everybody's clapping, applauding and all of that. Sometimes it's not wrong, but most times it's just a way of marketing. It's no longer giving. It's no longer you being generous. Now maybe it's just for you to market whatever. And he is not a marketer. He's not marketing anything. So when you are giving, give without the mindset of somebody must praise me. Because when they don't praise you, you resent them. When they don't praise you, you become angry. I have been there when nobody was saying the fact that I was doing this, and most of the times I would go out of my way to get those stuff done, and a common thank you is not even coming back to me. No explanation, no thank you, nothing. And I was like, God, what is this? People are terrible. And before you know it, you start developing this mindset of I'm never even going to give anybody again and all of that. So when you are giving, erase applause from your mind. Don't expect it. And also, giving with clear boundaries. See, the fact that you love to give, the fact that you are a giver does not mean that you should not set boundaries. It does not mean that you should say yes to every single thing. You saying no does not mean that you are selfish. No, it doesn't mean you have to say yes to every single thing. Know your limits. And that's the thing. Wise givers, they know their limits and they are not afraid to communicate it. And when I'm talking about giving, I don't know if I made this clear where we started, but then giving is not just about money. Your time, your emotions, they are also part of giving. It's not just about money, it's not just about material stuff. Sometimes you give your intellect. Honestly, you give a lot to people, and it's not just about money. But then wise givers know when to set boundaries, they know when to say no. They don't say yes to every single thing. Okay, so the last but not the least that mirrors healthy giving is giving and also receiving. See, allow yourself to be poured into. The same way you pour into people, allow yourself to be poured into as well. Receiving doesn't mean that you are weak. I mean, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ also received. So who am I? Who am I not to receive? No, stop playing. Honestly, Jesus received from Martha, he received from Mary, he received from the angels in the wilderness. So who are you not to receive? Do not see receiving as you being weak. Don't do that. Give, but also from a place of wholeness, not exhaustion. And when you do that, you allow people to pour into you as well. You allow yourself to receive as well. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to to update that phrase. Not just givers never lack, but wise givers, all givers, those who give with boundaries, those who give with love, they rarely lack. Because the truth is, you don't say never lack. The truth is rarely lack. Yes, I know. You might be thinking, what is this girl saying? What is Happy saying? But I get it. When you give from the place of wholeness, honestly, it's not that you would never lack. The truth is you rarely lack, because before, like I said, it always has a way of coming back to you, because it's just like you are planting, and definitely you will reap whatever you sow. So it will come back to you, but mostly it doesn't come back the same way you planted. It doesn't come back how you wanted it most times. But at the end of the day, you will realize that the way it came back to you is the exact way that you needed. So, if you've been giving too much and yet you feel drained, you feel like you are empty, this is your reminder. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to say no, and you are allowed to be poured into as well. The same way you pour into people, allow yourself to be poured into. And so thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that this episode resonated with you. And if that's true, do well to share with someone that also needs to hear this. And I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Like, subscribe, keep working on yourself, keep being whole, keep being a joyful giver. And until I see you next time, keep thriving. I love you, and bye.